We need a way to drastically increase the native British born population, and I've got an idea. Basically, financially incentivise people with a tax system. So say for every child that you have within wedlock, yeah, your tax comes down by 10%. 10% would be a rough guesstimate, but you get the idea. The more children you have, the lower your tax gets. And this would incentivise the ancestral born British population to basically get married as young as possible and start having kids. And then even when the children are old enough to go on and start generating their own tax residence and their own incomes and things like that, then the people that have done their duties to the society can then go back on to something like a 15% tax rate or something like that. So generally you are rewarding people for having children in the country, having them younger, and this will basically fix the vast majority of the UK's declining population problem. And then at the same time then what you do is you'd simultaneously reduce some of the benefits that people get for not going to work, yeah, right? So then people will be incentivized to basically go into work, yeah, have children, and then the more children they have, the lower the taxes get. So you're effectively making people more wealthy for doing work in general. And this should then almost reverse some of the benefit culture that we have as well, because ultimately people are only on benefits because it makes more financial sense for them to stay on benefits rather than going to work, because then when they go to work they end up paying tax and they fucking lose the money. But if they have kids and they go to work and then the taxes are reduced anyway, then they'll be somewhat better off. If, for example, with this system, if you did get a 10% tax reduction for every child you had 3 kids, that's 30% tax reduction, you pay 0 tax, yeah? You earn 34 grand a year, and your taxable amount on 34 grand a year is about 5 grand, so you'd be 5 grand a year better off. Yeah. So on one method you take home 29 grand, and on the other method you take home 34 grand. It's like, what, 500 quid a month? That's like your mortgage. Whilst then simultaneously taking the birth rate from 1.3 up to 3, which is a full whole person above replenishment. That's 5 grand a year per parent, so really household wise you're 10 grand a year better off, whilst simultaneously bringing the overall cost to the state for benefits and child down. So obviously the reduction in tax revenue the government's getting at 5 grand a year, they're also not paying out. I mean, there's going to be some fettling to be done. I mean, it'd be a massive thing to do, but I reckon it is something that could actually work.